Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Just getting this video started. I'm going to start off by clearing some tarot cards. We are going to read for some people in the room. We are going to start with my first favorite spread, which is what is our best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. Let's see what we have. Best manifestation advice. What does that look like right now? So be thinking about what it is you want to manifest, whether you think it'll take less than 24 hours or more than. Either way, this is good manifestation advice for the next 24-hour time frame. Desiree, how are you today? Should say, how are you tonight? Glad to hear that you are well. Chilling on the couch. That sounds heavenly. Tammy Bambi. How are you, my friend? You know how I am. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm doing readings and reiki. My YouTube's going viral. My client base is expanding. My life is good, 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 and getting better all the time. Thank you for asking. I love it. That's a nice little affirmation. I haven't really pulled that out for a while because I haven't gone live till lately for a while. It's nice to get back to it. Getting back to it. I don't see how you are yet. Are you not going to tell me how you are? Or is there just so much delay on the line that's why I don't see that? All right, let's look at our best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. Be thinking about what it is you would like to manifest. We had something really interesting come up on Facebook just a minute ago. So, usually the advice here is not the same as Facebook, though. It's always interesting to see how it's going to pan out. I'm glad to hear that you feel pretty good. That's excellent. Excellent. Okay. Wow. Oh, this is really wild. Okay, so we have the Justice card showing up in reverse. This says, hold off on making some kind of decision about something. Things are loosening up financially or socially, whichever way it is you need them to, maybe both. And the 9 of Wands says, and how that happens is going to be a surprise to you. Yes, so really. Yes, Facebook was very interesting. I was like, well, I might resemble somebody in that advice. I don't know that that's advice is for me, though. That's an interest. It is interesting, isn't it? Whenever Spirit says hold off on a decision, things are going to get better that you're not expecting. So it's not time to make a jump decision. Let somebody prove to you what's really up. I want to see why my phone is going off so crazy. Crazy. All right. Oh, it's telling me that I'm live. Imagine that. Yeah. So on Facebook, the advice was about something about that it was a good time to approach somebody who had had a volcanic emotional explosion as long as you kind of slide in easy. Don't be all dramatic about it. My day was really interesting. I had a day at the store today, but it was snowy and the roads were yucky, so we didn't get too many customers in. But the customers that did come in were just amazing. They were amazing to talk to. I love talking to people when they come in the store because they're just either they're really familiar with, I call that Hogwarts closet, basically, all the stuff you can find at Hogwarts closet, and they're just digging in even more, or they're coming in for some practical tools, or they're kinda new and they are just, like, looking for information. And I like talking to either one. Sometimes I get information from the ones that are coming in that have been doing this type of stuff for a while, and sometimes, I'm the one actually giving information and mentoring people right out there on the floor. So, either way, it's my jam. I love it. I don't well, one was actually visiting from Tennessee, so this was kinda touristy time for them. They were decompressing after Christmas, and both people out of the couple were into the things in the store, which was really sweet and refreshing. It used to always be that the guys would come in the store only because their ladies drag them, and you could tell they were just like, "Oh, when is this over? Please let this be over soon." You could just see it all over their faces. Lately, guys are coming into the store without their ladies, and they're kinda getting into it. I think this was the first time I actually saw a couple come in that were both into the crystals and the stones and what does this and what does that. So, that was just so much fun. Jennifer, hello. I don't I don't want th even if they don't know what the heck they're doing in that store, I don't want them left in the car because I'm gonna walk up to them and say, "Hi, I'm the reader in the store. Can I pull you a card?" And just pull them a card and expose them to stuff. It's so much fun. Why would you sit in the car when you can come in and have that kind of fun in the store? Alright, so let's see. Do, 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 do. What do we have going on here? Did I enjoy the snow? No. If I enjoy the snow, I don't have to drive anywhere and I just walk around and take pictures, but I had to drive today. Although my vehicle, I am so blessed, my vehicle is very good, the tires stay very solid. There was this big monster truck in front of me at the intersection of 44th and Sheridan today. He was the last truck to make it through the light, and he swirled his little tail all around going through there, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be an icy corner to take off from. This is gonna be yummy." And so here I am, I'm stopped at that light waiting. Nope, my car did not swirl at all, baby. We just kept it nice and solid. Walked right through that thing, no problem at all. So it was a little slick, but it wasn't terrible. All right, so I started to look and see. Okay, Tammy Bambi asked me a question. Tammy Bambi. She wants to know, when is love coming in? What sign are you again, Tammy? Are you Capricorn? Trying to think. I can't keep all of y'all straight. I apologize. Okay, Jennifer wants a message from Spirit. Desiree wants a message from Spirit. I thought you were Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. I don't know that much about Capricorn love. I've been paying attention to Scorpio and Taurus, but that's because that's B. My rising sign is Taurus. But I don't know that much about Capricorn. Astrologically, I don't. Let's get the calendar down off the bulletin board. I've got my little mini calendar. We're going to look at some times. I should have months all the way back here, shouldn't I? Yes. Everybody and their love lives. I did not give two farts about a love life not that long ago, and now I kind of do. I want my pendulum. I'll be right back, guys. You guys see all that clutter on my reiki table? It normally doesn't show up because my chair covers it. Grace. Hello, hello. Thank you for that comment. She is right. Please post a thumbs up, y'all. Okay, so here's the pendulum. Let's see, what month do we see? First of all, you guys may as well see this. First of all, show me yes. Thank you. Show me no. Thank you. Okay, show me how you're going to tell me which month for a love life for her. Awesome. Thank you. Will Tammy find love this year? Ooh, that's a yes. Okay, good. That means I can use the calendar in front of me. Oh, we're just answering Tammy Bambi's question. She wants to know when love is coming in. All right, so show me which month, please. Now that's really interesting. That's January, February, March, April. That would be May. Ooh, let's go to May. Oh my gosh, I just grabbed the calendar and opened it up, and look where I was right off the bat. May. Didn't even have to turn a page. All right. Let's see. How do I want to word this? Is she meeting the person in May? No. Ooh, you already know this person. All right. When does this turn into something that has to do with love? What day, please? Oh, right after the full moon on the 12th. May 13th is when you're going to know. That's what my pendulum says. I want to see if that feels right for my finger too. Yeah, maybe even the 12th or 13th. All right, so that's what we've got for Tamabamba. Mark it on the calendar, baby. Let me know what he's like once you figure it out. All right, so is that Mother's Day? I don't think so. It wasn't a weekend. All right, so that was Tammy Bambi's question. Next, we need a message for Jen. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo. You are quite welcome. Here's what I will tell you about doing those kinds of readings, though. On that type of stuff, if I say yes, and if I give you a date, a lot of times because you guys will focus on that and be looking forward to it and thinking about it kindly in your mind, a lot of times you guys will end up bringing it in sooner. So I really should say that date or sooner is what I should say. All right, Jen, message from Spirit. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback reading. Don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video, y'all. Show some love, show some appreciation for your girl hanging out here in the evening. All right, Jen, message from Spirit. Also, don't forget to share this video with other people so that they can get a reading too. Yep, manifestation is a thing, man. Once your vibration matches what you want, it's the next most logical thing. All right. For Jen, Nine of Swords starting off here. This has to do with stress. I'm hearing stress management. All right, so stress management covered by Star card in reverse. You're not doing so hot at it. And stress is not. You might be trying to do some stress management, but with that Star card in reverse, you're not doing so hot at the stress management. There's something that has you all Twitter-pated. All right. Is he crying? Well, we don't know because we can't see his face. But he might be. He's definitely not sleeping well. He might be having nightmares and crying about his nightmares even. This can be an insomniac's card sometimes, but I generally see it as stress. Do I live in your head? No. But thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see what your best advice is. Advice or heads up? Okay, so if you want to have this card translated as advice into Missouri, country girl, here's what this says: quit that shit. All this stressing out, quit that shit. That's what this card says. It says quit that shit. If you want to be more formal and be like the normal tarot interpretation, complete the cycle. Okay? But if we're going to be blunt, this says quit that shit. First of all that stress is depleting your energy. Page of Swords. I don't think you have control of this. I think whatever is going on here, you're just going to hear about it. Somebody's going to tell you about it. But you actually, whatever this is that you're stressing about, and this is true almost anytime this card comes up, you don't have that input on it anyway. Like everything that you could have done in this situation, you've already done it, Jen. Now it's not even in your hands. So you got to let go of this stress. You got to be like, okay, what's that song? Jesus, take the wheel. Put this in God's hands. Whatever word you use for God, let God handle it and trust in that, whatever's happening is working out for the highest and best good of all. And let it go. Okay. So you're having a hard time letting go of stress. Quit that shit. It's not good for you. It's sapping all your energy. And the only thing that's happening with this is you're going to get a message about it. There's nothing else you can do about it. So stressing out is not going to help. Oh, trust me, I've totally been there. Totally been there. No judgment here. I hope you know that. No judgment coming from me, man. All right, so that was for Jen. So we've taken care of Tamabambe. We've taken care of Jen. And Desiree. Desiree. What are you asking, work? What is that question about? Give me the rest of that question, please. Gracie. Do you have a question for me today, honey bunny? Or do you want a message from Spirit? I haven't heard that from you. Anybody else who has a question for me or who wants a message from Spirit, please put that in the chat box if I haven't already read for you. You're a quiet welcome, Jen. Yep. You're the one who owns it. You're the one that gets to kick it to the curb. We are our own worst enemies and we are our only solutions. Message for Gracie. Okay, Desiree. Here we go. Gracie, you're in the batter's box, by the way. Message for Gracie. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Jen, is there anybody else in the house that needs a message over there? Desiree. Desiree. You go on this ride. Yeah, you never know where this ride's going to take you. This train track could twist all over the place before we're done here tonight or anytime. All right, so Desiree, you've got the moon card showing up in reverse. Moon card coming up in reverse tells me that there's some kind of secret coming out. Andrew, a message. Okay. Anybody else over there? Let's see, some kind of truth coming out for you, Desiree. Desiree. I like this card actually because it talks about a situation where you kind of knew there was a rat in the wood pile, you just couldn't spot him. And with this card, that truth comes out without you having to dig for it at all. It just pops right up to the surface like a cork coming to the top of the water. Now, the other thing about the moon card is when this truth does pop up to the surface, a lot of times it changes your intentions about what you want to be doing with that particular situation. Okay. So it'll be something significant that pops up to the surface or that has popped up to the surface if it already happened. Now, what we have crossing it is the Seven of Wands in reverse. This tells me I don't think you were ready for this. I think that you kind of would have defended yourself from whatever this information is somehow. So when you find out about it, I think you feel a little bit unprepared, like, "Oh, man, I got caught with my pants down. I wasn't ready to deal with that." That's what I feel like there. Gosh. Guys, I am having some thoughts. Whew, whew. You guys heard of dirty old men? Women can be dirty too. I won't say I'm old. Now, I don't know what secret, but it'll be something that changes your perspective. Let's look at best advice or heads up. Remember, my friend, you are the empress. You get to create whatever you want in your life. You don't have to be dragged along in whatever the situation is. You get to decide, do I still want to participate in the situation or do I not? You get to manifest what you want in your life. You have the power. You have the power. Knight of Cups in reverse says it might be time to step back and take good care of yourself. Do some emotional self-healing or some emotional care. Give yourself a hug because something's going on, man. Something's going on where self-care becomes important. All right, and last card. Ace of Cups. Now, this is interesting because this makes me think what's popping in my brain is that country song, The Winding Road That Led Me to You. Like, if I hadn't gone through, like, the gist of it is if I hadn't gone through all this baloney with other people, I would not have ended up with you. That's what this comes up to me. I think you've got some kind of baloney. Got some kind of baloney coming out here that you weren't really ready for, you weren't prepared for. Remember, you're the empress, you manifest what you want. You don't have to participate in the things that are not safe or comfortable. Knight of Cups, definitely do some self-care. And that brings you to the doorstep of this new situation, new person, or new job, new whatever that you really love. All right? That's what we have going on for you. I like it. Doesn't look comfortable, but I like the ending. There's a happy ending to that story. I'm glad you know exactly. Sometimes that's how the information comes up. It's observation. Sometimes a little one will say it. I'll tell you a story about how a little one said it one time. A 6-year-old, so not too little. Before I really even knew I was psychic, my first fiance who I dated, oh my God, so long ago. I mean, I'm only 31, but I dated him for the 20-something time. But I dated him when I was like 19 and 20 and 21. And I had gone into military training and he was there. And the plan was for me to go into military training, get this great career. Then we were going to have kids and I would be paying for the kids because he was much older than me. He was like 26 years older than me. So I was going to be financially supporting. He was going to be at home because he's basically going to retire and he was going to raise the kids in retirement. That was our plan. So I go into the military, I go through basic training, I come home on leave, I go into tech school, I come home on leave before I go into my first duty station. When I come home on leave the second time, the 6-year-old keeps talking about dad's friend, Christy, who had brought over special toddler frickin' silverware for him to use, among other things. And So he was the reason why I found out there was something going on beneath the surface that I didn't know about, which was that his dad had this friend, Christy, who spent the night a lot. So sometimes it can come out of the mouth of babes. Sometimes it's observation. Sometimes somebody just slips up and says something straight to your face. Don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video, y'all, especially if you're getting anything out of it, even if it's just entertainment value. Okay, so Gracie, your message. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Good I say, message from Spirit. After this is Andrew. Andrew, you are in the batter's box. Boopity doo doo. And also don't forget to share this video if you think somebody else might like to have a message tonight. Good I say. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'll never forget that. Dad's friend. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Gracie, what's going on with you? Hello there, Mela Bellum. Welcome, welcome. If you would like me to answer a question for you, Mela, go ahead and put your question in the chat box. Or if you just want me to see what Sacred Spirit wants to talk to you about, then you can just put message from Spirit in the chat box. All right, so Gracie, you've got the Hierophant showing up first. The Hierophant talks about some type of contract or commitment, can talk about marriage. It's interesting to me that it comes up covered by the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, because when she is right side up, she's my single lady or a single guy, but usually single lady is how I normally see her. Anyway, she comes up in reverse, which makes me wonder if this isn't talking about marriage, even though I know that, I know you're not right now. But my Nine of Pentacles in reverse talks about the idea of missing someone or wishing you had more money, one or the other. So we've got this idea of either a marriage or a contract or commitment that you're missing or that you're missing the money from. So this could also be a contract. Maybe you miss working and making that money, having those contracts and commitments, or maybe you miss a person. Maybe you were married to somebody and you're kind of missing them lately. Okay. Either way, right? I know. I know. You know me, I'm not that far behind you. I mean, I'm 31, but for like the 24th time. Okay, so that's what we have going on there. You're missing something, some kind of contract or commitment. Either you're missing the money from a contract or commitment, or maybe you're missing a person from an old contract or commitment. All right, well, if it's not happening yet, give it a little bit of time. And I bet you within 2 days, you know exactly what I'm thinking about. You feel ancient. Were you not born in 1989? I picture you as young when I see that 1989. All right, so now best advice or heads up. Gracie. Eight of Wands. This talks about communication. Lots of communication coming in quickly, back and forth. It sounds to me, Mela, like you might actually need to book a full reading if you've got that much going on that you're confused about. And I would recommend that. And you can see how to do that if you go to my website. My website is in my description box. Yeah. But I'll answer a question for you here, or else I'll just bring in a message from Spirit. Message from Spirit, I don't set the topic or the time frame. Spirit sets it all. So I can't really guarantee if it's going to be about what you're wondering about or not, but usually Spirit does address something that's pretty important to us. Boo, ba doo doo doo. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha with the old soul. That is kinda that is kinda that is kinda true. Alright. Only I refuse. I still feel like a kid. Yep. Alright, now, Gracie. Queen of Pentacles, this basically says, with all this conversation and communication back and forth, you kind of are the Queen of Pentacles. You could be giving somebody advice about how they could make more stability and security for themselves because of your memories about the contracts and commitments that you had that brought in that stability or security, whether that was selling your food or whether that was something else. I don't know exactly because I don't know your whole life, but it looks to me like you could be giving somebody advice. And look here. Once you do that, I think you're spending some time alone. You're kind of secluding. I think you're looking at this idea of, you know what? I got to figure out where I go from here and what do I want to do? What should be my next focus moving forward? And I feel like, especially since you're not cooking now, like, I feel like there's something that you need to do to feel productive. And I feel like you have to figure that out. What is that? That's what I feel like for you, Gracie. Thank you for that verification, or what do you want to call that? Reference. Thank you for that reference, Gracie, saying that I'm on point. Yep. Hermit card is retreating. That is so funny. That is so funny. And now you're going to be taking some time by yourself right now to sort out your own things. What are your priorities? What do you want to do? I can't see you. Here's the thing, Gracie. I just don't see you sitting still. You know what I mean? Like, you're not that type of person. You've always done something, even if it was in your home. I don't see you sitting still. I don't see that being fulfilling for you, and I think that's why you're gonna be really thinking about what can I do that's gonna be fulfilling, that's gonna be helpful, that I'm gonna feel good about. Alright, so next up is Andrew. You're in the batter's box. Mela, let me know if you want a message from Spirit or if you wanna throw, one very specific question out there into the chat. Either way, I'm open. I'm open to it. Oh, yay. I love that. Gardening is good for the soul. All right, Andrew, message from Spirit. I hope you guys don't get impatient with me and all the farting around I do along the way here. I just like catching up with y'all. Here we go. Ooh, Andrew's already logged on too. He's on his own profile. All right, let's see what we have. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Oh my gosh. Andrew, okay, remember what Jen got for her first card, right? That stressed out card? Look what you got, Andrew, for your second card. That relax. I'm chill. It's good to have opposites attracting to each other. They balance each other out, thank God. Hello there, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. If you want to, Michelle, if you want to ask a question, feel free to put that in the chat box. I'll answer a specific question for you. Or if you just want to see what Spirit has to say to you, you can put message from Spirit in the chat box too. All right, so right, put on your seatbelt. You never know. All right. So here we have the King of Swords, which doesn't fit your sign at all, but it does talk about this idea that you're being very logical, you're thinking things through, you're looking at the bottom line, you're making a plan, you're making a strategy. King of Swords is really great at making those strategies and following through with them. And with that Nine of Swords covering, this tells me that the idea that you're looking at this logically and that you're making this strategy is what allows you to relax and just chill out. Okay? All right, so Michelle wants a message from Spirit. You'll be after Andrew, Michelle. And then who did I not hear from yet? There's somebody I didn't hear from about which she wants yet. Oh, Mella Bella. Let me know what you want, honey bunny. All right, so Andrew, best advice or heads up. Boo, 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 boo. We're flying to the moon. All right, Andrew, Knight of Cups. This talks about doing something that makes you and somebody else feel pampered. This can be like date night. This can be romantic action. Sometimes this is just, it doesn't even have to be what would officially be considered romantic, but something that makes people feel pampered. Now, with the Page of Swords coming up in reverse, this talks about digging in to spiritual things, digging into secrets of the universe. So maybe this is like going with Jen to take a class about manifesting or something. I don't know. Something like that. So we have some kind of action, romantic action that has to do with digging into basically anything that you would find in a Hogwarts closet. And we have the Two of Cups. This is interesting because this kind of confirms doing this with Jen, but also this talks about the idea that digging into this, you're digging in to find out more about something that really kind of has drawn you in. You're attracted to knowing more about. So, isn't that interesting? How you are chilling out is making this strategy to do something nice with Jen that allows you to dig into some kind of secret of the universe, spiritual-ish stuff. Huh. Interesting. Or at least that's the advice. It should be fun. Should be fun. All right. Michelle, it is your turn, my friend. I think Mela disappeared on us. She hasn't said anything in a while. That's funny, Jen. That's awesome. You already have the date planned. That's fantastic. What are you guys going to do? I mean, don't tell me everything, but tell me what you're going to do that has to do with digging into secrets of the universe. Inquiring minds want to know. You're quite welcome. Okay, so Michelle, message from Spirit. So, Michelle, I don't know that I've seen you in my room before, so I'm going to run through this really quickly so you know exactly what I'm doing for you. A message from Spirit is something where I don't set the topic. I let Spirit talk to you about whatever they want to talk to you about. On my first two cards will tell me the topic that they want to talk to you about, okay? I don't set the time frame either. So sometimes this is in the past, many times this is in the present, and once in a while this will be in the future. If it's in the past or the present, obviously you're going to recognize it. If it's in the future, you will not. Okay, so that's how you know. And then if it's going to be within the future, I would say it's going to happen within the next 2 weeks at the most. Usually I hear back from people that it happens around the 2-day mark or sooner. Okay. I thought you were new. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. What a lovely lady. All right. What's your first name? What a lovely lady. I like to use first names whenever I read. Lovely lady. Oh, that's so exciting. Sweetness, full moon seance. Woohoo. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. That's perfect. That's exactly perfect for that card, too. Thank you, Gracie. It's what a lovely day. Aw. I liked the lovely lady because it made a song come into my head. What a lovely day is a great name too. Okay, so boop-a-da-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's get back to Michelle here. Message for you, Miss Michelle. By the way, guys, if you like these kinds of things and you're not already subscribed to me, please do so. Also, click that notification bell so that and turn on notifications on your device so that you know whenever I go live or when I upload something. By the way, I do have weekly videos uploaded for every sign for this week coming up. Is it for this week coming up? No, for this week that we're in right now. Please check that if you haven't already. Ba-bum-bum-bum-bum. But definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to catch me live again and have me answer little questions for you here and there. All right, so Michelle, message from Spirit. What do we have? What? What? Mm-mm. No, I don't like your situation, honey bunny. You have the 10 of Wands, which talks about burdens and responsibilities. Not so bad by itself. Guess what it's covered by? It's covered by the Devil card. Everybody put on your hard hats and your safety belts, please. This is coming in for a rough landing. All right, so when we have the 10 of Wands covered by the Devil card, that tells me that there's something toxic going on with your responsibilities. Now, here's the trip. 10 of Wands for me can be responsibilities. This can be at work. This can be that you're overburdened and you're being asked to do more that is humanly possible with this Devil card. Or 10 of Wands also for me can be a lighter version of a relationship where you're committed to be exclusive to a person. Or, yeah, that's about it. If we're moving in, that's going to be a little bit different card, something like that. So this could be a work situation where you've just got a whole lot of stuff to do, whether it's at work or whether it's at home, but you've got a lot of burdens that you're carrying and it's toxic. Or you could be in the starts of a relationship that is already waving that flag. It's toxic. Okay, you're going to know which way it's coming in. I don't. But anyway, you got something toxic going on. We're going to look at your best advice or heads up around it. Oh, Lordy. The ex thing. Yes. Okay. Are you doing stuff for him? Are you still doing stuff for your ex? I think you have to rethink that. This card tells me you are. You're covering for him or you're doing things to help him. Maybe you're even just saying prayers for him, but you're carrying some kind of burden still that has to do with him. Mm. Mm-mm. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Think about that. Because Spirit's bringing this up to talk to you about it. And maybe they're bringing it up to talk to you about it because you think that you've totally done nixed this whole thing. Spirit's really wanting you to know, no, there's still some stuff that needs to be cut off here. You're still carrying some kind of burden when it comes to him. Spirit wouldn't put that out there to me if that wasn't the case. All right, so let's look at your best advice or heads up. Oh, Lordy. Lordy. You got a heavy one, girlfriend. For being new in the room, you are really like pulling some weight in here. 9 of Wands. This is my battle-weary warrior. And he's getting ready for the next battle. Okay, so this advice is get ready. Get ready because there's going to be another battle. This is not a done deal. Mm-mm. I want to clarify this. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's a burden. He's totally a burden if he's doing stuff like that. Okay, I need to understand a little bit more about what you're trying to tell me with this card. What country do you live in, Michelle? Gracie, Gracie. Have a good night, honey bunny. You're in Denmark. Fuck. That's what I was afraid of. I know that you don't want to do this because you've got the Empress coming up in reverse. This is the last thing that you want to do. But you're going to have to get the police involved with this situation at some point, and I would do it sooner rather than later. I mean, I asked a couple of things. I asked if this meant that you were going to end up getting back together with him, because that could be, and that's not it. Whenever I clarified that, I asked if this is partnering up with the neighbors for support and for help, and this is not it. And in fact, what I heard is flying monkeys. Do you know what flying monkeys are? Okay, so flying monkeys is this concept with somebody who has strong narcissistic traits where um, you know that when you first meet this person, he comes up like salt of the earth, really good person, great for the community, all of that stuff. So he has lots of friends that really think that he's a really nice guy. That's just how narcissists come off in the beginning anyway. It's as you get to know them that you start to see that they're really toxic, more than toxic. Okay? So what they do is whenever we leave a narcissist or try to leave a narcissist, what they do is when they see that they're not able to get through to us and get us to come back anymore, then they send the flying monkeys. So, like in The Wizard of Oz, where the witch had the flying monkeys to go and grab Dorothy and her friends, the narcissist basically, because everybody else thinks that, he's this really great guy, he's this upstanding character, he will, in a sideways manipulative way, convince other people to talk to you about, well, why aren't you with him? He's such a good guy. You should really be with him. And he'll kind of make them pick sides, and he'll have them picking his side, even though you're actually the victim in the whole mess of things, because he won't have them seeing that. He'll have them seeing that he's the victim. So I think going to the neighbors and expecting them to be supportive and helpful, because what I heard is flying monkeys when I was looking at that, is not going to be helpful, because they're going to end up on his side before it's all said and done if they aren't there right now. Okay. So the next thing I clarified is, okay, do we have to get the police involved or law enforcement? That came up for me as a solid yes. Now, how this comes up is with the star card. This talks about the healing up of something. So when we have a situation that we have to get the police involved, this can be about making things even or making things safe again. The strength card talks about that they may not be able to do everything we might hope they could do, but we still need to have them involved. And the 6 of Pentacles talks about paying something off or paying something back. And so this could have to do with him paying something back that he owes you. You may have to get law enforcement or the police involved in something like that. Or it could be that, if he is threatening you or anything like that, this could be where he's actually put in jail. And that's kind of his payback for making those threats. But either way, I don't think that this is a cool scenario, as much as you're trying to make it cool by not paying any attention to him, I don't think he's settling down or calming down, and you're right there in front of his face, ticking him off just by existing and breathing. You're gonna have to do something kinda drastic here. It looks like you're in for a fun ride. I'm so sorry. Yeah, he's keeping an eye on you, but these guys, you don't really always know what's gonna trigger them off the deep end because they could have something else going on in their life that triggers them, and then guess what? You could be the person that, like, receives their displaced anger, or they could just be angry at you because you're not under their control. Displaced. Displacing. Deflecting is a different concept, honey. All right, so let's see. Nicole, are you still in the room? Mhm. Yes. That would definitely piss him off. All right, so Miss Nicole, message from Spirit. Let's see what we have. Okay, let's see what shows up. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Don't forget to put a thumbs up in this video if you have not. And share it out to the rest of the world if you know somebody else who might need a reading. A little micro reading. Guys, if you want to actually book a personal reading with me, you can see how to do that on my website, which is in the description box below. So I do put out weeklies. So if you want to check out those weekly videos after we're done here, that would be perfectly acceptable too. If you want to make sure you catch me next time I go live, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure notifications are turned on your device. So, Nicole, you're quite welcome, Michelle. I'm sorry I didn't have something easier to hear to say to you. All right, so oh, this is interesting. Nicole, you're showing up as the Queen of Wands here. This tells me that you have pretty much an entrepreneurial spirit. You're very independent. You like your independence, and you probably know how to manage energy pretty well. Whether you do that professionally or not, I don't know, but you definitely know how to handle it well. You very well could do it professionally with this card that covers, though. You've got the High Priestess, only catches she's showing up in reverse. High Priestess is saying, I'm really confused about something. And this is profound confusion because when she's right side up, this is somebody like me. We know stuff we have no business knowing, really, honestly. Couldn't even tell you how we know it. When she's in reverse, we're totally confused. We can't tell up from down. We can't even read for ourselves because we can't be objective enough. This tells me that you probably handle energy pretty well and that maybe you do read for yourself normally. Right now, you're having a hard time being objective because you're totally confused about some kind of situation. All right. So that's what I've got for you so far. That's the situation Sacred Spirit wants to talk to you about. Hmm. Very cool. I'm very glad I did. All right. So, best advice or heads up that we have coming up for you. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. Interesting. First of all, you're starting with the Page of Cups. This says somebody is going to be letting you know how much they care about you or how much they appreciate you or how important you are in their lives. They could even be using that four-letter word, love. Maybe, maybe not. But they are gonna let you know how important they are, how important you are to them, okay? Now Chariot in reverse. This says a couple things to me. First of all, this says if somebody comes and says to you, "Oh, you're so important, let's get together." Nay, nay. Not with that chariot in reverse. Chariot right side up is two people working together towards a common goal and doing it well, successfully. In reverse, this is the chariot has come off the tracks. Ladies and gentlemen, there may have been injuries and accidents when it happened. So if you try to jump on board on this chariot with this other person, it's going to come off the tracks. It's ugly. All right. So I would not couple up with this person, at least not now. Okay. Doesn't mean you can't have fun with them. I'm not saying that. But I definitely wouldn't couple up with them in any kind of serious way. The other thing that this says is don't go on a trip with them either. Stay home. Stay where you are. Don't be going on no trips with them. Okay. Now, hello there, Teresa. Feelings are messy. They're a lovely kind of messy, though. All right. Next card. Three of Wands. Don't plan anything for the long term. Okay. So if you're looking for something, if you just want something that's just kind of no strings attached, then this kind of seems like that might go this way. Three of Wands is no strings attached, just going with the flow. We're not planning for the long term. This is somebody who maybe is kind of crushing on you and they're telling you that. The Chariot very much says don't partner up. No strings if you want to do that. There you go. If you're looking for spiritual growth, well, there's a couple ways that could play out. Actually, Nicole, what I would do is I would get a reading and see what is best for you right now, because a lot of times we do a whole lot of spiritual growth in a relationship because all of a sudden our stuff that triggers us comes to the surface and we see it. It's right in front of our face. We get triggered and we're like, oh shit, I didn't know that was still bothering me. And so then we can work on that some more. Sometimes, though, another person is a total complete distraction and we don't get any spiritual work done. So that's something that I would actually read on or get a reading on, one or the other. We are all over the place, aren't we, Nomad? Yep. You just kind of got to make sure that, that conscious awareness helps a lot. Helps a lot. All right, let's see. It's 58 minutes. It's time for me to take off. See about getting a little bit of sleep so I wake up fresh in the morning. Thank you guys very much for keeping me company. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you can catch me the next time I go live and I'm answering questions. Also, I do have weeklies out. If you haven't already seen my weekly videos for this week, you may want to check into them. I don't know. And I have a newsletter where I do predictions for every sign every week as well. You can find that on my website down below. I don't want to overwhelm you all with stuff you can do, but there's lots of options about how you can take advantage of the services that I offer that are at no charge. Or if you want to schedule a private reading with me, all of that information is on my website down below as well. Everyone have a fantastic evening. And if I don't see you for a reading or a Reiki session between now and then, I'll see y'all back on the next video. Peace out.